What is going on, everyone? Marvel DC fan back with another look at video, and so we got a bit of an interesting one because this week is what I call Jason Week. So we're doing a whole bunch of videos in lead up to this year's only Friday the 13th, which is in June. So I'm doing a whole bunch of videos, and for this next one, we're going to take a look at a game that is. Oh, I thought I would never see. This is a game that is so steeped into my memories and that just kind of came up out of nowhere that I wanted to take a look at. So we're looking at a fan project for a game simply known as Friday the 13th 3D. So now I was trying to check out when this was released because there's not much info that I found from like wikis and stuff, and you know, so the general consensus, or at least what I found, was this was released back in 2011, but I could have sworn I've seen this game years prior to this. I'm honestly like I feel like this was a game that came out in like the mid 2000s. Like this feels much older than 2011. So this game I remember seeing as a child and seeing like it was just like because by then I want to say around like 2007 or so I was kind of in a horror kick. So it was just like Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, the Halloween movies, Child's Play, like anything. Saw was something that I was kind of fascinated with, and I was trying to look at all sorts of media and stuff. I play flash games of Jason and whatnot, and this game just kind of popped into my memories. Like this game, I remember seeing videos of on the internet, and people playing it and whatnot, and such and such. So it was really interesting when I was coming up with, trying to, when I was coming up with Jason Week, I wanted to showcase this because I've already done, let's see, two reviews of the Friday the 13th 2017 game, and I've already done a look at of Killer Puzzle, which you can go check that video out. But this was, some of the last, like one of the last few, like really like Friday the 13th games, I could really think of to take a look at. And I don't really count like, he's appeared in MKX, he's appeared in Multiverses, and I'm not really counting those. So I figured this would be kind of interesting to, for the kids, the new age, to see and experience. So this game, obviously, you're playing as Jason. That you're taking control of Jason Voorhees, and it's kind of like a behind the back like action game, or I don't know what I would classify this as, but so so you open up the game and everything, have your menus and stuff. You can pick which Jason you want, which you only start with three of them. I'm just kind of skimming through here to see what we have. There's part 6, there's part 4, and there's part 3 you can pick. They're all the hockey mask ones. And I think you can find other Jason skins along the way. So you could probably find like stuff going up to, I want to say, like Freddy vs. Jason, or even the remake and such. So, but yeah, this was a fan project developed by, I guess the developer Havoc Games. So they made this and they put it out on the internet for people to play and whatnot. And basically, you're just going from area to area, kind of making your way. The whole thing of the game is you're making your way back to Camp Crystal Lake. So you start off in the cemetery from part 6, and you're kind of just going through areas and taking out all the possible, people there. There's a certain amount of them. It kind of confused me the first time going through this because I killed one person, and then I go to like the end goal, and it's like, oh, you haven't killed everybody. So it's just like, okay, I got to look around to see if, see what you can to figure out like how do you do that. And so I'm running through, I'm checking through checking through the tree lines. I'm going into buildings to see what I can get, and there's one person that you just beat endlessly. It's funny. I don't know. The game is funny with how, weapons and stuff. Where you find weapons all over the place. You can find one of the first thing I grabbed was a shovel. You can get the machete. I think you can get like a fire axe and stuff. So you can take all these weapons and just pummel people with them until they're dead. And they take a little bit to, take out. It's a little awkward, kind of trying to hit your targets and stuff, but yeah, it was interesting just kind of going through level to level, just skimming through each area, making sure that I got all of them. There was a point where like I'm going through like the tree line trying to figure out, oh okay, like get this person here, get this person here, and then just kind of go through the motions and whatever to get it. And so like I'm doing all that, and I'm kind of combing through areas, and I'm kind of switching out weapons and stuff. I only used one of the skins, which was part 6, because I love that version of Jason where he's got like the scuff marks from the previous movies, but he's also got like he steals a pair of gloves from that guy he killed in the beginning of the movie, Tommy's friend, and then he also gets like a utility belt almost. So he's kind of gearing up and stuff, and that was pretty funny. So, but yeah, you're just kind of you're going through area to area, and you're just hacking people down, and you're slowly making your way through like the camp and whatnot. So, but it was pretty fascinating. It was a blast from the past, and I'm so glad that I was able to rediscover this and showcase it for the internet. So if you can find the necessary links, I would recommend you check this out if you're a Friday the 13th fan. If you are a Friday the 13th fan, you probably already played this, but it has that it has that early 2000s PC game like sensibility. So if there's any more info that you guys can dig up for this, let me know in the comments down below if there's anything I missed. But yeah, I had a great time, and I'm definitely gonna go back to this eventually, and maybe finish the game. Apparently, it's not very long, so take that for what you will. But anyway, I thought it'd be fun to check this out. I hope all of you are having a great night. For those of you new watching, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, all that fun stuff. Follow me on my other channels and whatnot. My Let's Play channel, the Speaking Nerd Podcast, and also Intensive Treatment. But yeah, have a great night. Thank you all so much for watching, and don't forget to take care of yourselves. See ya!